Okay, the recording has started, and this is the September 8th, 2020 Rook community meeting. Let's jump into our latest milestones. So we've done a couple of patch releases recently, but looking forward, we don't currently have a 1.3 patch release scheduled, but we are considering a patch release for 1.4 later on this week. So let's take a look and see what's on the board there.
Yep, if it's this Thursday, it would just match our bi-weekly schedule for patch releases since 1.4 came out. I'm just catching up since I was out all last week. I think, yeah, it'd be good just to plan for that. Yeah, the couple issues there in the blocking release column. We've got the disappearing CSI driver. Again, it seems it's different than we had back, I think way back in the 1.2 release, but we are seeing some reports of that again now. I'd like to understand that more. Does anybody have an update on that one?
Is that a consistent repro, Travis, that you know of, or is it intermittent?
It seems like for some people it's fairly consistent.
Yep.
Yeah, but other people it's not. So I can't tell yet if it's a certain Kubernetes version or OpenShift or whatever.
It currently seems a bit like it might be something with 1.18. At least all the people, like I stumbled upon the issue today as well at a customer. So we all had 1.18 or higher, or well, patch release, not 1.19. Yeah, so it might be even like this Kubernetes issue there, which for whatever reason, like there it has in the Kubernetes issue, if you click on it and go to the last comment there, there's even like kind of scary thing regarding the garbage collection there. Or not the last one anymore, a bit further. I don't know, a bit further up. Was it there? Oh, might have been a different Kubernetes issue, but I think I saw one where it was, yeah, the Kubernetes garbage collection seems to remove like monitor deployments and OSDU deployments and all sort of things for some reason. Where was this comment? Where was
yeah, that's pretty scary if it's deleting things it shouldn't.
Which Kubernetes issue are you in? Oh, this is a different one. Yeah, there is the, well, I'm not in the, should I just tell you the number, Jared?
Sure.
The number of the Kubernetes issue is 88097. That is 88097, exactly. And the last comment there. Have the same problem with 1.19.0. Oh, so seems 1.19 is even, yeah. Yes, and mon deployments, services, manager deployments, and all those seem to be disappearing from time to time. So something is really messed up right now in the garbage collection or something. Or at least right now it seems to be like that. So
it looks like 1.18 and newer, including 1.19, according to that.
As of right now, yeah.
And this what's interesting though is that this hasn't gotten a lot of. You would think that the implications or the outcome of an issue like this, of the garbage collector deleting resources, that it shouldn't be. You would think that would be like a major, fire drill craziness, and this has it's been inactive for a couple months, right. Let's say. So that's interesting. I mean, like maybe there's a different upstream issue that's tracking this, which is getting more noise, but it doesn't seem like this issue that was opened back in February is getting the attention you would think it would be if it was a widespread, things are getting deleted that shouldn't be type of behavior.
Right, because because lots of CRDs use owner references as, that's how you garbage collect, and so it should affect a lot of people. So why only Rook?
Yeah, well, so one thing to look into is like this issue is indicating here is that references across namespaces are invalid, and it's indeterministic or undeterministic when or if they'll get garbage collected. So it seems almost a little bit random but they are invalid references that will get garbage or are very likely to get garbage collected. So I don't know if there's been a logic change in things with the CSI implementation here for us, but if we are doing anything like we're doing owner references that go across namespaces, then that is definitely something to look into that could be causing this issue.
Yeah, we definitely shouldn't be doing that, but something to keep in mind, just to double check. The CSI driver is all in the same namespace as Rook, or the operator. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, so those are things to look into there, I guess, and some leads perhaps. Yeah, I mean, this one's definitely. I'm surprised that this one didn't get more traction here. This is like, hey, garbage collection's deleting things. Like, I'm surprised that one's not getting more. Oh, this. Oh, Jordan says that it's likely the same as 65200.
Can you go to that issue?
Or maybe not. That's the other one we had here.
Oh, that was. Okay.
Yeah, but valid owner references. It's still happening. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So things to look into there for sure. Yep. Other notes. Anybody on the other blocking?
Yeah, just a note on the other one. I just added that one about the DNS suffix to this blocking release column. Sebastian, if you could look into that one, a couple of people are reporting that they're since the .2 release, we got that issue. So maybe we need to make it optional or whatever.
We cannot make it optional, but yeah, I will look into this now that we have more logs.
Right.
Yeah,
sounds good.
I
Yeah, it's
think
in my list tomorrow.
it might be already feasible to add a field for that. I think I've seen a few applications which need this whole DNS, fully qualified DNS name. Just have a field added to them for the cluster.local, basically.
I'm not sure I understand.
I mean, so there's a field or like on the structure of the CRDs or on the operator, which can be set to something else than cluster.local if it needs to be overridden.
Okay, if you can point me to where we do this.
I know,
because I thought like cluster.local was like super generic. It's like
it is generic, but not everybody seems to use it. Like I was also under the impression that nobody really changes.
Nobody.
Changes
almost nobody. Yeah,
almost nobody.
No.
The people who change it are the ones affected.
Yeah, but yeah, basically the idea would be to just introducing a field or environment variable. Let's hope we're not using cluster.local too often.
Yeah. Okay.
Alexander, do you want to add your comment on the issue?
Sure. Which number was it again?
6209.
6209.
I guess the thing is that before adding cluster.local, there was nothing. So it's not like I wasn't really under the impression I was breaking something, at least.
Does it affect the OBC, the OBC provider? Because I think I might have seen something regarding the cluster suffix.
It is using that. It is using OBC is using this. OBC is using this.
Yeah, then that would explain why I had some weird. Okay, yeah, then it makes sense what I saw it change there.
But it's just a DNS suffix. I think
it is.
I thought that's what matters. What just the service name that relates to that DNS. I'm not sure why this is broken with adding a suffix.
Some applications are a bit special regarding DNS. Like I think especially like the Alpine muscle library also had some. Has some troubles. I think maybe they finally fixed it, but the muscle library, so Alpine, especially had some issues regarding DNS resolution when you didn't provide at least like 3/4 of the way or something.
Okay, okay. Well, I guess yeah, okay. We will, well, I will look into this tomorrow again,
No,
but
no.
yeah.
I'll add that.
Okay.
Cool. Any other notes on 1.4 related issues?
I don't have any other specific issues to bring up, but I'll add them as I'm catching up. If
Sounds good.
anybody else have something? Nope.
All right. All right, and then yeah, still making progress towards 1.5 and still planning to do the release for that before KubeCon North America, which is mid to late November.
Yep.
Okay. All right, we can move on to the community topics section now. So we're up to 6 binding votes now for the graduation proposal. What do we need 7, right, Travis?
Yep, that's what I recall.
So 1 more vote left. Hooray. We don't have any -1 votes, which is good. All 6 binding votes that have been cast have been positive or affirmative. So that's good. Hopefully we'll get that last vote sometime soon, and that would be wonderful to finally get there.
Just waiting and waiting forever.
1 more vote. All right. Yeah, no action items associated with that right now.
Yep.
So Google Summer of Code has now officially come to completion for the summer. It was a fantastic summer that we had here with Ahmad, who is on the call, I believe, today. Yeah, so Ahmad had a lot of contributions and effort all around the NFS operator. And you can see Ahmad's final submission of work here, the artifact for all the things that he did here at this link in the community agenda. If you go to the official Google Summer of Code website also, you'll see this is the same link here as published as the final submission for the project. The announcements are today for the students that have passed or failed, but I think Ahmad, if he hasn't yet gotten that announcement, is very confident about what the outcome will be. So no worries or concerns or drama there whatsoever. And then also, Ahmad went ahead of the schedule for the summer. At the beginning of the summer, we planned out what we were hoping to accomplish, and Ahmad did more than that. And so he does have some PRs that are still outstanding right now around NFS disk quota that have not yet been merged, but those were, we didn't even think we'd get to those, or those weren't even on the schedule when we started the summer. So that's all good there for sure, being able to exceed what the expectations of accomplishments were. Ahmad, let me know if you have any words or anything to share here on this call, since the summer is now completed for you.
Yeah, for me, I think no.
Was it a good summer? Did you enjoy it, Ahmad?
Yeah, this is a good summer, good experience for me in the rock community. Thanks for everyone that support me in this Google Summer of Code program.
Right on. Awesome. Yeah, that was there we go. Yeah, it was a great summer, and we're hoping that Ahmad will find the time to continue contributing to Rook as he's doing more university and school this year. Of course, that's going to be the primary focus. We'll be graduating and getting done with university, but you are always welcome in the community, Ahmad, for any other contributions that you're wanting to do.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks for that.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Ahmad. All right, let's head on to CI issues. Fun times there. I know Adam had made some changes recently, and we're looking at the reliability and time for each build and stuff. You guys want to kick off the conversation there?
Yep, just to follow up from last time, and Sebastian's been working through this mostly while I was out, so I'll give it to him.
Yeah, I don't have much update regarding CI issues. I did a few things after we switched instances flavors, because the disk naming in this new flavor was different. So some scenarios in the CI, such as OSDs on PVC, were not working anymore. So I fixed that. I also tried to reduce the number of intermittent issues we were having, especially with the manager suite. We've had a PR that meant to fix this intermittent issue, but we never got as far as merging it. I guess this scenario is really optional right now. It's not something we consume or deploy or make use of in Rook. So I just decided to go ahead and disable the manager suite for now until we actually fix it, because this is just adding on top of some of the existing intermittent failures that we have, more intermittent failures, which is even more frustrating at the end of the day.
And Seb, which manager suite are you referring to?
It's not like it's the manager suite that tests the integration with the Ceph orchestrator interface of Ceph.
Oh, okay, that's what you're talking about. Got it.
Yeah, that suite also runs against the latest Ceph master image instead of a stable one. So it's
it makes it even more unstable. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So
and
for
so
now, I just decided to disable it until the person that has started the PR finishes it and then fixes the CI.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. Adam mentioned that he found a fix or realized why it looked like some VM instances were getting reused. Have we seen more stability from that, or is that he's still looking into that? I guess maybe today.
I think he is still looking into that, because I got a message from him. It was today, and he was saying, I'm still investigating why sometimes we don't get a fresh VM for tests, and he will update us soon. So that was a major item for me. So once we reach a conclusion to why we don't get a new VM every single time we run a job, then this will definitely improve the stability of the CI for sure. Because this is like the type of randomness that you introduce, and then you have no idea what's happening, and we don't have much control on that part of the CI. So it's a bit difficult for us.
Yeah, that will definitely be a help for sure. I mean, at least we have like a consistent, clean slate to be making conclusions off of.
That's an issue we've had for a long time too. If there's lots of builds going, then sometimes they're not clean, and that's not a new issue for sure.
Yeah, that'd be exciting for Adam to have more conclusions on that one. I know Adam also made a change to the instance type that we're using for the slaves, I think, or test nodes, I guess. So that's good too in terms of cost. Were there any other conclusions around like why the first of the month is insanely expensive compared to all the other days and stuff like that? Any other input or
not that I know of. Yeah, I asked Adam about that too, but I don't remember him responding to that either.
Yeah, that was weird.
Right. I did see a chart from him saying things have gone down now since he changed the instance chart.
Yeah, well, actually, the weird part with that was that he was making a statement that August was cheaper than like May, June, and July were the costs had doubled, but then August was like not that bad again. And that was before he made the change, because he made the change to the instance type on the last day of August. So I don't think that's really understood why it was kind of more reasonable cost without any known changes.
I thought
maybe more summer vacations, less PRs.
He wasn't just showing after a day or something of changes, so it did go down. Because I changed some things on Friday before I left.
Yeah, I think in general the entire month of August was if you look at the bar graph there, it was lower than June and July, which are also on the graph.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, that's good, but it's just another one of the we're not sure's here that we don't really have a great explanation for.
Mhm.
Cool. Any other updates on CI related stuff? Adam's working on figuring out why we're not getting fresh or clean VMs. We did already lower the instance size for our test nodes, which should have an expected 60% cost reduction, which is good. Anything else here right now?
Yeah, I've started investigating using GitHub Actions instead of AWS, basically, because we can get CI for free, a much more stable / reliable CI for free, even though it's a little bit less powerful. At least if we don't decide to maybe invest a little bit of money into it.
Can you explain that further, Sebastian? Like what does GitHub Actions do?
So I think it's something that they introduced 6 to 8 months ago on GitHub. It's a way to integrate CI/CD within the GitHub pipeline. So it's if you will, it's like Jenkins from GitHub. They more or less share the same capabilities. You can do workflows, you can do pipelines, and this all comes straight from the Azure cloud. So they basically give you 2 vCPUs, 7 gigs of RAM, 100/root disk, as well as a 14 extra SSD drive for swap, which is obviously totally useless. But we can use this drive to run an OSD for Rook. And I've did some experiment, and I've managed to run Minikube with the Docker driver and set up Rook with a single OSD. So I think the idea is to do a little bit of experiment there, just to see, because we have started moving out some of the things we were doing in Jenkins, such as running make code gen, as well as running unit tests, and plus one extra thing. So we use already actions for doing commit linting, also running GoSec, and it has proven to be super reliable. So like those VMs are like quite decently fast for the flavor they have. And yeah, I think it's just about some investigations there, because it's well integrated into GitHub. It's kind of CI for free right now, because we're not really limited in the number of slaves we can allocate to a given PR. There is no lag. Once you force push, then you get new VMs right away, and all the jobs are kicking off.
What's the catch, Sebastian? Is it like Microsoft is just going to give us like free like? Is there a limit to that, or like we could
there is
run
no limit
5 different PRs with like Kubernetes 1.16, 1.17, 1.18, like all this
As
stuff for free?
of right now, there's no limits, but maybe as with Docker Hub, there might be in the future one.
Interesting.
Today,
They
there
want
are
to
no
get you in
limits.
there.
To bring up as well. Docker Hub would be a thing to bring up as well.
Yeah, there are no limits right now, unless you run private repos or something. You have to pay for this. But right now, it's just free, free of charge. It's like, I think they're just also kind of killing Travis CI right now, because it's more or less what they have been offering with obviously less compute power. So I'm not saying we have to entirely switch to it, but there are some of the things we can delegate to it. And yeah, I guess maybe eventually, if we feel like this works quite well, we can even pay for it a little bit just to get bigger VMs, and compared to the cost of running on Amazon instead. Or maybe not, but it's just that if we can get a much more stable CI /reliable CI. And even though I would go even further, saying that even if the runtime takes just a little bit longer, then I will be really in favor of migrating much more scenarios that we have on GitHub Actions, to be honest.
Yeah, I totally support that as well, Seb. Like reliability is probably, you know, the highest priority sort of thing. Well, besides cost of it, if it was like, you know, $20,000 to run every month, then that would be crazy. But yeah, so I mean, it's definitely, I absolutely think it's worth looking into. And if we get a good feel for it and it is reliable, it's stable, it's, you know, fast, like it's reasonable in terms of the offering for what they have at like free tiers versus, or like, you know, some cost to, especially like, because like at the end of the day, we'll need to compare it to what we're already paying for AWS, which is, you know, like our baseline there. So if it's better and cheaper than AWS, then, you know, that's pretty good for sure. That's like worth moving to.
Yeah, I guess today the goal is to see how long it takes to run the Smoke Suite, for example, on that CI, compared to how much time it takes to run on Amazon, for example.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if there's any hiccups to it too. Like if it, you know, if it's all smooth or if there's some unknown issues that, you know, that are caused by the different environment.
Well, so far, I didn't manage to run any suite yet. One was failing right at the end, so I need to see if what's going on. But still, what was really encouraging is that by just bootstrapping Minikube, using this SSD on the VM, and just doing kubectl create common YAML, then operator YAML, then cluster test YAML, I got a Rook cluster up and running within, I don't know, like 15 minutes or something, even less maybe. So this part was already really encouraging for me to give it another try with the unit tests.
Cool. Yeah, I'm interested
unit
to see
tests
what
or
you
integration tests. Because the unit tests are already working.
Yeah. I mean integration tests are unit tests too, right? Because you run it with Go test. But I meant the integration tests.
Oh, okay. Yeah, which the integration tests have definitely more requirements of, you know, environments or hardware, et cetera, let's say. So if those pass, like that's awesome. That's good.
Yeah, but actually I remember that I was able to run some of the Smoke suites just by bootstrapping Minikube, a fresh Minikube, and I think Travis does that too, so it should be working. But yeah, there are environment differences too that we have to consider, obviously.
Yeah. Cool. That's encouraging, Sebastian. Cool.
Yep.
Nice. I think I had another comment on that. I can't remember now though. Yeah, well, yep. Thank you, Microsoft Deep Pockets, for providing free resources to GitHub projects.
Oh yeah, that's really awesome, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. All right. Any other comments on CI related stuff?
Nope.
All right.
Oh yeah, I think the only downside to this is that people that are looking at running our pipeline anywhere else won't really be able to, because this would mean that we will stop maintaining the Jenkins pipeline / file we have, and maybe ultimately this might be outdated. Where right now we have users running, I guess, the pipeline in their own CI. It's probably easier for them to integrate. That's, I guess, a small downside, because I don't think we have that many people doing this.
Right. Or another side effect is that basically we still need the Jenkins pipeline for the release build, right? But just not.
Well,
for
we could
PRs.
transition. We could transition to do this with GitHub Actions too.
I'm using that for some private, public / private projects as well, like just writing up the workflow as a YAML as for most CI tools, and well, it does its job. So releasing is a breeze with that if the right YAML is written.
Cool. But yeah, so we can get there. I guess for now we'll keep Jenkins for the pipeline how we have it. Yeah, and then we'll get there eventually. Sounds good.
Cool. Okay, and we didn't have any PRs to add here, or to discuss specifically. Travis, you are back. Welcome back. And I assume this action item is carrying over from your time away.
Yep, like a month ago.
Cool. All right. Well, that's everything we had on the agenda. Anything else that anybody wants to bring up in this forum right now? Alrighty, and then that's it. Then we can adjourn for today and catch each other online.
All right,
All right, thanks everybody. See ya.
Thanks. Bye bye.